What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel coming to you with a Friday end of week edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods, coming to you before the lock of that Los Angeles Angels money line game. So we're going to be paying close attention to that. And the Mariners, well, this actually applies. This just happened like maybe 10 minutes ago. Josh Naylor traded to the Seattle Mariners. So that's kind of wild. We're going to get some CLV, I think. I mean, it's definitely a good bet to not have in the Arizona lineup for me tomorrow because we're backing the team on the other side. And then for today, we'll see if the Mariners have to give up anything whatsoever here. I haven't seen the details of that trade here yet, but we'll talk about the ins and outs of Friday's slate. And Thursday, well, let's just get those Angels. We've got tons of CLV on that. I felt pretty confident about that. Going to close north of that minus 140 number everywhere, including the exchanges. Minus 160, minus 165, most places. And that was minus 115 when we placed it yesterday. But let's not talk about yesterday. Let's get into Friday, as I was saying. Plus, thank you for everybody who signed up and took a look at what's in the video description box down below. I'm just going to throw it out there again. Do you want to make some great content? Do you feel as though you can do what I do over in the Discord, where we have tons of opportunities for you to, again, be Greg's. I love this dude in the premium Discord right now. He's showing forward-facing tickets. He's putting his money where his mouth is. I absolutely love that stuff. And if you feel like you're akin to that as well, be like Lindy. That is me. Join Tails today. Jump into the Tails Discord. We got tons of updates coming here next week. So it's going to be good times for you to be jumping in right now. Go to the video description box below. And then while you're at it, why don't you sign up for the premium Discord? Lindy 5. That is all I'm going to throw in there for right now. Let's get ourselves to hold on. Now we're connected to everything there. We've got ourselves an interesting slate here. I'm starting with the quad box, if you will. Miami money line here. This is not something that I'm in love with. This is probably the game I have the least amount of interest on this slate, unless something just miraculously shows up. Now, it is going to be 3:10. I believe it's Central Time there. Yeah, so 3:10 local time when this game starts, 1:10 Pacific Time, 4:10 Eastern Time. That's how time zones work. Go me. But we've got ourselves an interesting one as far as pitching mismatch. Freddie Peralta against Cal Quantrill. So why am I potentially throwing, no money here on Freddie Peralta? Not completely in love with what I've seen of him from late, even though he's got a 34.6% hard hit, even though a 223 expected batting average. It's not like these numbers aren't catching on to that. And Miami's a little undervalued because this is a lineup that is now over 100 WRC plus against right-handed pitching, and they really don't strike out a ton. So the ball getting put in play here with some of the hard hit I'm seeing from Freddie Peralta, plus we know what he is. He's fastball Freddie. That's what I've called him since day one entering the league. 57% usage on that four-seamer. It's a Miami team that I think is actually pretty adept to hitting that pitch. So Milwaukee money line seems like it would be the spot, but I haven't pulled the trigger for a number of different reasons. Colorado money line, I think we know why I didn't pull the trigger here because, well, traditionally I like Baltimore, and I should have bet that under. I was just looking at it as it rose over. Everybody's talking about how great the hitting weather is there in Cleveland with the wind blowing out to right field. I literally talked about that, but I thought that Charlie Morton could do just enough there in that spot, and I feel like he does just enough here with Dean Kramer, who his fastball, stuff plus, is grading out phenomenally well over on Fangraphs. Everything else a little bit wonky at times, but I do think Kramer has decent enough stuff, and it's just a Colorado team that I don't trust to not have some cast-off pieces here in the course of the next week or so. I mean, they're playing for absolutely nothing other than development, so is what it is. Normally, these are the spots, though, where I like to back a Kyle Freeland out of Coors. I just give me well over plus 200 maybe, and we can have a conversation, but let's not have that conversation. Cincy and Rays under 9.5. These are two unders on the bottom of your board here as we move along like I know you do. Just don't know why I can't get behind this at the moment because it's a huge number there in Tampa Bay, and you get Storms and you get Zach Littell, and Nick Martinez has been decent enough there, and also these need to be flip-flopped. First graphic mistake, because I was going to say it's down in Cincy. It's Great American Small Park. Just imagine that flipped in the corner because I'm not going to redo it. Under 9.5, purely because we got Nick Martinez, 35.2% hard hit, really good, never really walks anybody. And Zach Littell really never walks anybody, but gives up lefty power. We know that you got Elly De La Cruz home run numbers that are going to be shorter than you know what. I'm far more inclined to bet a Will Benson if he's in that lineup. Gavin Lux, even though he doesn't really have any power this year for whatever reason. And he walks a lot. Good for him. Moneyball would like him because he gets on base. You pointed me? Oh, yeah. When I point at you, you talk. Love Moneyball. Toronto taking on Detroit, and this one is what's going on with Detroit right now? 11-1 schlacking here. Last time I looked, I think it is 11-1 still entering the eighth inning. I mean, wild games. What is it? 7-5 there? It's 7-5? What in the freaking world? That's wild. I don't even know what to do. Top of the fourth in St. Louis. Whatever. Back to this. We got under 9 here purely because I do think, sorry, my brain. Jose Barrios is incapable of me clicking an under. It just is. It is what it is. You could say what you want. You could defend Jose Barrios all you will. I will never. I could never. I've been on the right side of that one more than I haven't been. Or Alec Burleson, again, that's the game that it just kind of caught me by surprise. 7-5, top of 4. Fernando Tatis hit a home run. Congratulations to him and his family. 17. Only 17 home runs for him, and we've got like Cal Raleigh on 40 home run watch tonight. That is wild times. Anyway, back to Friday. San Diego, St. Louis. Alec Burleson, he is one of the guys who hasn't hit a home run in this game. I'm looking at Contreras. I'm looking at Donovan. Looking at Tatis. I mean, a lot of home runs already here. Ball starts to fly when you get crazy hot and humid, and this is finally the time in St. Louis where it's showing up. We're getting a little wind out as well. Really good hitting environment relative to when you even get like 75 degrees. Not nearly as fun. Now, this game started a little bit earlier. Can we double check? Yeah. Okay. So it's the same start time for tomorrow. That makes me happy. Had to double check that because I thought I inputted the wrong data. I did not. Good. Nick Pivetta, Miles Michaelis, and Nick Pivetta gives up crazy hard contact of both sides. And it started so good at the beginning of the year for him, but now it's up to an 11.4% barrel percentage. We've seen this with Boston. We've seen this everywhere for Nick Pivetta. He's really good when he misses bats. If the ball connects with the bat connects to the ball. There we go, found it. Then you're going to see it go a long way. And Alec Burleson, the guy that I trust the most at the prices that I'm looking at, 481 expected slugging, 17.6 degree launch angle. That is near the tippy top. It's the tippy top amongst lefties on his baseball team. And that is ever so fractionally going to be where I go a little bit more against Nick Pivetta, even though righties, they hit for crazy power too. Langford, 1.5 total bases here. We have Joey Wentz. That real life. We have Joey Wentz pitching for the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are going to the deepest depths of hell to find 4th and 5th starters here these days. And Wyatt Langford is just popping. Also, he's so damn fast. I don't know if you guys have watched him run here recently or play center field. This hit looks much better. And I'm starting to think like, all right, 1.5 total bases, doubles. The home runs are still a little bit spotty when you talk about Arlington here. I hate this ballpark for the most part. It's not a fun ballpark. There's no definable feature of it. It's got a roof to protect you from humidity, I suppose. Congratulations. You could do that with anything. It has no feature that I enjoy. Like there's cool things like a green monster, Wrigley with the ivy, like those are your classic ones. But even like new age parks, like there's cool features that you're going to see in how it's configured, and it doesn't exist in Arlington. It just drives me nuts. Anyway, Cleveland, Kansas City. I've never talked about that before. I don't know why. And I also didn't know it bothered me until just now. Gavin Williams. There are 2 guys that are unders here, and we'll start with Gavin Williams. My data technically says this should be a play. And I'm looking at trusted sources, places that I like to kind of compare my data to, and they all agree that under 4.5 Ks is supposed to be there. I don't know how I feel taking an under on a guy who just mowed down 11 like he was standing still. I know that's recency bias. I know in the back of my mind that I need to neglect things like this, and I normally do. But maybe there's something different going on because this is a guy who throws a 4-seamer a ton, but the cutter is getting swing and miss here lately as well. 23.7% K rate. Yes, a 13% walk rate, but 4.5, it just seems like a low number. So maybe the Kansas City lineup rolls out, I rerun it, and hey, we end up pulling the trigger. But so many different configurations and newbies in the Kansas City lineup that I think that 5 is far more likely than him landing on it. Anyway, I can't believe I'm not playing that. Athletics, money line. This one, I completely understand why I'm not playing it. There's nothing that really appeals to me in this game. Couldn't believe the Nick Kurtz in that ballpark home run numbers, and then the number of people posting tickets on it. I love Nick Kurtz. I've talked about him nonstop on this program. I had no interest whatsoever in a plus 250 Nick Kurtz. Yeah, I ended up getting plus 450 Brent Rucker. Plus 425 is where it was most sports books. But yeah, I posted a plus 450. It got picked up. Made me very happy. Brent Rooker's probably going to strike out every time in this game. I haven't even looked at that game. Let me pull it up. 1-0. Oh, he's 1 for 2 with no home run, of course. All right. Well, we continue on our merry way. Hit that like button, if you will. Jose Soriano. These K-ladders, when I've thrown these K-ladders here in the last couple of days, haven't always pulled the trigger on them like Mizrowski, everything else. But they've become clear-cut K plays where I've played the standard line and they've smashed. Take note of Soriano here against Seattle. Now, Josh Naylor, I don't expect him to be in this lineup here on Friday. That trade just went through, hot off the presses. But Soriano's strikeout stuff, despite some of his other inadequacies, like, I don't know, he has a great ground ball rate. I've always talked about that. Your home run numbers look ridiculous against him. I think Cal Raleigh might have his longest home run number in a long time. I mean, you still get the bullpens, coming out after that, even though the Angels, decent enough bullpen. Neither here nor there. Jose Soriano, 47.6% hard hit is not good. 11% walk rate is not good. 20% K rate isn't even all that good. But the strikeouts, Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, you get both of them from the right side. You get some of these splits that you're looking at for Soriano, striking out righties more. Julio Rodriguez as well, another great target. I doubt you get Garver or Dylan Moore. You're going to get Luke Raley playing first, probably the last time before an everyday Josh Naylor piece, but that's neither here nor there. Mets, last one, Clay Holmes. This is probably the biggest disparity that I have seen, period, across projection sites that I like all season long. This guy only has an 18.9% K rate, and I'm seeing places that like the over, and I'm seeing places that obsess over the under. I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to rerun the data tomorrow. We'll figure it out. And I'll be back in my home base, so that'll be good. Until then, friends, sign up for the premium Discord where you can get all the plays, including the 5 that are coming in, which have already been posted nice and early to premium Discord. Go me. I'm a responsible human being. Lindy 5, that is $5 for your first week of the Lindy and Friends Discord. It's myself, Eitan Shander, Shake and Bake, Greg Ehrenberg. Oh, we're just hanging out there, making you all that money. And hey, you want to start your own Discord? Would love to have you do that. Be like Lindy, join Tails today down at that link below. So you can sign up for the $5. And then, well, you can set up your own stuff because I am a big fan of helping the next generation. That is for sure. Now, to the likes we go. What a banging beat. Anyway, the Arizona Diamondbacks just recently traded Josh Naylor. Third time I brought it up here on this program. No big deal. Taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we ended up getting this at plus 111 over at Novig on the old premium Discord. Yeah, we're going to the Pittsburgh money line side. And why is that? Because Ryan Nelson, despite the fact that he has a really good graded stuff plus on his fastball, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, which I'm guessing is not very far. I'm about 195 pounds. I'm a lot bigger than I look here on your screen. 195, 6'2". Yeah, probably don't want to run into me on the... I'm a smiley, happy person. The whole point here, though, is Ryan Nelson, 91 mile per hour here. And I'm not a huge Mike Burrows guy by any means, but he's only 25. And I think that there's room for him to grow with an off-speed run value that is really, really nice over in Baseball Savant, a spot where a changeup is very live against these Arizona Diamondbacks. And you get them in PNC where Pittsburgh's offense is just coming to life. Wake me up, and I can't wake up. Wake me up and save me. Pittsburgh money line. Next up on the board, Philly taking on the Yankees win. No, I don't care if they win or not here in this one, but this is all about value. I'm all about that value. And I have not agreed on any of these numbers that we have seen here in Yankee Stadium or in Philly or anything for the righties on the Philly side. Now, That might cut you by a little bit of surprise because it's like, Eric, well, it's Will Warren. It's a righty out there. I'm going to bet Kyle Schwarber. I'm going to bet Bryce Harper. Sure, go ahead. You're not going to make money long term. If you play this out 1,000 times, this specific game, in this specific game environment, I don't think you can be profitable betting Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper long term. Could they homer today? Absolutely. They're far more likely to homer than the guy I'm going to recommend, but that is the point. It's price and probability. Bet 365 already has opening numbers out. Gives me an idea of where everything's going to land more than I get most of the time night before. Normally, I'm looking offshore. I'm looking at projection sites. I'm looking at a number of different data sets, and I'm kind of using last 10 data to really have an idea of where they're going to land. I already saw this one, and I don't agree with it. Nick Castellanos home run. No, nobody died. I guess Paramount Plus is getting acquired, or CBS merger with Skydance, and I guess the devil was hooking up with Donald Trump on South Park. I don't know what to make of it, but Nick Castellanos home run, that is going to be where we go. I was trying to find the narrative for the Nick Castellanos home run. I mean, Hulk Hogan died. Controversial figure. Just named a lot of controversial figure. It's weird that the devil's probably the least one of them. Anyway, the Dodgers taking on Boston. This is not a political program. Politics are weird. Anyway, the Dodgers taking on Boston here in this one, and I really like what I've seen from Shohei Ohtani. How can you not? He took on my Twins. He caused pain and suffering in my life by hitting home run in every single game. You put $1 and get a car, put $1 and get a car, put $1 and get a car, put $1 and get a car. Actually, I'd have to do it one more time. Put $1 and get a car. 5, even though it's 4 in Vegas vacation. 5 consecutive games with a home run for Shohei Ohtani. Now he's pitching as well, doing absolutely insane things. But Sheehan has earned the right to be this 5th starter for the Dodgers. Plus, they're running out of options, but Emmett Sheehan's been really good. 273 expected batting average is a little bit problematic. 41.7% hard hit and 91.8 average exit velocity is still a little bit of a problem, but 7.2% walk rate's in check. 23.2% K rate is really nice. You've got to get some swing and miss against Boston. You're not going to get it against Masataka Yoshida. I will continue to bring that up. Definitely an improvement for Boston in the strikeout department there, but I love the over of 9.5 anyway, and here's why. Boston's going to be rolling out Brian Bayo. Brian Bayo must pay for sins. Now, I'm not going to go to the Dodgers. I think this is actually more efficient pricing, and I don't really love what I've seen from the Dodgers bullpen at time here recently as well. So it's kind of falling on, it's like this culture, it's hard to quantify with data, but you can definitely see that the Dodgers have been playing tight baseball. Maybe winning a series against the Twins opens it up here, going on the road. They have the full travel day on Thursday. They hit the reset button. But my main thing, Sheehan's going to give up just enough here against a very potent top of this Boston lineup. We'll see if they make any moves. They don't dance now. They make money moves. So there you go. Over 9.5. I like it. 2 more games to go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. It's the South Side of Chicago. Baddest man in town. That is a musician I wish didn't die young. That is for sure. Oh, he's so good, Jim Croce. Anyway, Chicago Cubbies taking on the White Sox, and you're not going to like where I'm going with this one, but it's probably, according to my data, my favorite play of the bunch. Now, I'm not going to say that because nothing inspires joy and happiness here by betting the White Sox, but I've been waiting for a chance to do this. We're going to go out of our way to pick on Shota Imanaga. Shota Imanaga has some unbelievable numbers. Like, I don't even know how to tell you how absurd what I am looking at with Shota Imanaga is. His strand rate's nearly 90%, the gigantic strand rate. His BABIP is under 200. That is absurd. Batting average of balls in play, he's not controlling where the ball is going all that much. And again, you're going to see like league average in that 280, 290, 300 markage. Under 200 means negative regression is due. It is absolutely coming for Shota Imanaga. It's a fly ball pitcher, Southside Chicago, decent hitting weather here. I don't know what to tell you. Adrian Hauser's been much better this season. I don't believe it. 45.4% hard hit is just ridiculous. 1.23 whip, 1.89 ERA is also unsustainable, but his barrel percentage is way down. His fastball run value is way up. I cannot tell you enough how this should be. Plus 165 should be like plus 140. And that is the point of this program. Securing UCLV, getting your money in good. even if it's on a terrible baseball team like the White Sox. But the Washington Nationals taking on the Minnesota Twins to round it all out for us. Let's put a bow on this puppy. And on this week, been a really good week on the program. Feel very good in the plays in the process coming out of the All-Star break. I had time to sit around and bet WNBA and work on my modeling. So not like my looks modeling, even though my eyes do look pretty blue today. Washington taking on Minnesota. And this one, friends, is another over that we're going to be getting into here. And why is that? Because I just don't like either starting pitcher that we're looking at. We got Mackenzie Gore, who I don't know what just happened, but he's been terrible over the course of the last few weeks. Now, I don't expect major blow-ups like we just saw, but he's 26. He's young. He's had ridiculous strikeout stuff, but that started to decline. An 8 earned to the Padres, 2 1/3. What are we doing? Again, my Twins, are they the best lineup on planet Earth? No. And do I like the configuration more against lefties? No, I do not. I like them against righties, where you can have Wallner out there and Trevor Larnach out there, and Willie Castro's okay from the left side, even though he is the actual lefty killer. And, of course, Cody Clemens, who's been just profound for us this year. But we got to tag Zebby Matthews as well. And this is back-to-back times where I've kind of parried the lead on the pitcher that is the main reason we're betting this. Zebby Matthews is back for us. He can really get strikeouts at times, but boy, oh boy, at 25, we're going to see some very difficult times against lefties coming very, very shortly. Over 8.5, this is good stuff. That does it for us. But anywho, $5 if you guys are looking to jump into that premium Discord. You button on accident. I'm an idiot. All right, let's get out of here. That does it for another edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks here on Friday. Head to the comment section below. Let me know what you think of all of my plays. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for Friday. And don't forget, you have an opportunity to be like me. Yes, be like Lindy. Join Tails today. Head to that video description box below. There is a place to apply if you are looking at being able to provide your own content, your own picks, everything else that you want to be throwing out there. If you want to do what I do, this is your chance. And then without further ado, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Friday. I still have to click this damn button. And recording. Now, please. Crap. The smile is going to go away. Happy weekend. And the damn recording.